Welcome back, I'm DRN and this is Mechabellum. We're going straight into the action here in round 1 of this week's midweek tournament. We are Supply Specialist and we're playing against GraSpring, who is Giant Specialist. I've gone for the slightly unusual tact of unlocking Mustang in round 1 because our opponent has 2 sets of Phoenixes already and lots of Fangs. We've positioned aggressively to try and catch him on unawares because Supply Specialist normally positions quite defensively or plays standard. But as you can see, we've got balls and crawlers, so let's make the most of them. And this is where I'm going to hand you over to live DRN. Live at the scene of the game. Here we go. Yes, we're pulling everything across, perfect. These crawlers can get through over to here then. Our main goal for this round is to protect these Mustangs and get these Phoenixes. So hopefully our balls can get onto these Arclights and then take the tower for us. Once we get this tower, it's pretty much game over for him this round. Very hard to fight through the tower debuff. You do 1/10 damage and move at 1/5 speed. Just look at how fast that Arclight melted. Wow. Gotta protect those towers, that's why aggro can be so strong. Let's not get ahead of ourselves though. He's Giant Specialist, so he gets to play Giants ahead of the curve. He can drop one even now on turn 2. Ooh, 3 units at the first possible opportunity. I'm tempted by the Rhinos for pushing, but they're weak to the same things the balls are, and they're strong against the same things the balls are. Whereas the tanks will complement our balls, give us some chaff clear and some beef. Yeah, let's do it, let's grab the tanks. They're level 2, so it'll take a lot for his units to kill them. And then I think we just do 2 more sets of Mustangs. A little bit behind, so missiles can't kill everything. If he does go for missile plays, we'll just drop Fangs right on the very front row. This back right looks wide open to me. If I was him, I'd be dropping Crawlers here immediately. If he drops a Wraith, are we okay? Maybe. If he has armor, we're scuppered, but we don't know if he's got armor teched or not. And that's a one and done play, because if he does that, we just drop a melting point and burn it down. No, he went for the tanks and no flanks. Hey, I'm a poet, I didn't even know it. Standard tank loadout, armor, range, EMP. Armor could be a problem for us if our balls don't last very long. They're level 2, so they're mitigating 120 damage every shot, which would be everything apart from our steel balls. Come on, get that tower. Yes. Now we're cooking. Every kill over here is valuable for us. These are level 2 tanks, they're worth triple XP. If we can kill his and he can't kill ours, we'll creep further and further ahead with extra levels on our units. The laser beams on the steel balls are so good versus high HP targets. Yes, that's his level up. Oh, and he survives! The great XP heist of round 2. So, GraSpring. Oh, this game has no chill. When it rains it pours, I'm afraid. We're against the Giant Specialist and we've been given Giant Hunter on round 3. Bad luck, friend. I guarantee you that he picks it as well, hoping to lock us out of it, but we can't let this pass us by. So we're just dropping a few more steel balls on the same side as these high-level tanks. I'm going to cover this flank as well, because this is exactly where I'd be pressuring right now. These guys up here will just spread this off. Let's do our free unlock. Let's get snipers, because we've got Phoenixes in the enemy team. I think we're good. Oh, I forgot to unlock one last turn. Not a big deal, but you know, we're trying to improve where we can. Ooh, is this Arclight carry attempt with intensive training? Ranging his Arclights on a level 3 Arclight on turn 3. Bit spooky. We'll know for sure if he takes charge shot on these Arclights. I have bad memories of getting smashed by unkillable demon Arclights on the weekend. Each one personally piloted by Faker. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Ooh, that's a good split for our steel balls there. The extra Mustangs have cleared their way through the chaff really quickly. Nice, we've punched a hole through the middle. Now we're going to start clawing our way through his soft underbelly. Just this big Arclight left really. It's going to give us some problems. Ooh, there goes our anti-air capacity. We're doomed. So the issue we've got now are these Arclights with range are chewing through our Mustangs way too quickly. Can we get the tower for the XP before we die? Not quite, almost. But yeah, if he's gone intensive training, that means he's not got Giant Hunter, so we can go Giant. Fortresses with shields are great at tanking Arclight shots. If he takes the Wasp spawn at the back, we're scuppered. These upgrades are going to cost us 300, so we've got 500 to spend or itemize as we see fit. Either we skip or we take the Wasp spawn ourselves, I think. I don't think we can afford the Senior Defense Specialist. We're already weaker on the board. Yeah, let's grab the Wasps. Make sure he can't steal a cheeky round off us. That should cover this nicely, and give us some late arriving chaff, you know? Right, I would like to get a fortress going. If we unlock him, we'll only have 550 to spend. So I think that makes it a next turn play. Because this turn we need to upgrade our Mustangs, so they can hold their own and not crash into the Arclights. Double their stats for half the price. For some reason it makes me happy and warm inside, knowing that my units are getting stronger and it's cheap. Value for money, that's what I like in life. Right, we've unlocked Fangs. Do I actually want Fangs though? Arclights will make mincemeat of them unless they've got shields. We've got to buy them at some point though. Might as well get started. Let's put one set over here in case it goes for a flyer flank. These guys will screen us for missiles. Putting them here will block frontline giants, but I don't think you ever want giants on the front line. You're just asking to get melting pointed or acid crawler dropped at the feet. Grab the attack up before I forget. Always good on Mustangs. He didn't go for the wasps, so his air cover is thin if we can kill these fangs. Yeah, we really need range on our Mustangs to not walk into the tank line, and they can clear off the fangs better. At least we're killing the tanks on this side nice and quickly. He still hasn't gone charge shot for his Arclights yet. They're getting stuck on our tanks and steel balls. Love watching the steel balls blast down the tower in seconds. This is a great round. We've got so much XP in our units. I presume he took senior defense. Ooh, this is a tricky one. The high level Wraith, if he puts armor onto that, we won't be able to hurt it. Which kind of pushes me towards the marksman. While the Rhino is the strongest for taking the tower quickly. But the hackers offer us cheap shields, and are fantastic into everything on the board apart from his phoenixes. Yeah, he did go senior defense. Makes sense if he didn't take the wasps. If we can get these hackers to steal these tanks, we are laughing. Hackers combined with beam weapons are fantastic for stealing everything. So if you can pair them up with melting points or steel balls, it's great. Range is a good first pick if you want them to level up, for bigger shields in the late game. It does mean the barriers will cost 500 now. Upgrade you, double the stats, half the price. Upgrade you. And we definitely need range on these guys. Only 200 left to spend, let's get 2 more sets of fangs. When we do get shields for these guys, they'll be much harder for the Arclights to chew through. Happy with this, the only thing I'm worried about is if he's taken the Wraith with armour. Don't forget to unlock our last free unit. Charge shot Arclights and Wraith, but doesn't have armour on it, we're okay. Still going to be an absolute nightmare to kill though. Oh, he's just put some blockers down in front of these tanks so we can't steal them. My cunning plan wasn't cunning enough. Thankfully the Mustangs will chew through the chaff fast enough that we should get onto the tanks nice and quickly anyway. Nice, the first of many. Hopefully he's too busy shooting his own units to shoot ours. Whew, look at how tanky this Wraith is. We're barely scratching it, that's going to be a problem. Tower! Yes! Though that's 200 XP to his Arclight, oh dear. Don't think we're going to kill this Wraith somehow. And instead we're power leveling his Arclights for him. This might not have been my best idea ever. It's fine, we can fix this. It's only got 80,000 health, that's nothing. It's a level 2 fortress with wings. Wish I'd picked the marksman now. Would have been good against this Wraith and the Arclights. Live and learn. Or live, die, repeat as the case may be. Easy laser sight. Pop that onto a melting point, give the melting point range, and you're laughing. That's the Wraith problem solved, only cost us 900. Not exactly a bargain, but peace of mind is priceless as they say. Plus melting points scale into the late game amazingly, and he's playing giant specialist, and this melting point will eat any and every giant it comes across. So the game has changed. To quote Daft Punk, protect the melting point and we win. So to that end, we're going to give him some bodyguards. They'll walk out in front of him as the round goes on. We're even going to shield up, and this will become a fortress. Late game we'll have shields from the hacker. 50 left over. Is it worth upgrading these guys? Yeah, go on then. Let's see what he's thinking. There we go, laser sight on him as well. We need our melting point to deal with him for us. Stormcallers is a good call, but I'm not sure it's going to save you, and it opens you up to getting countered by anti-missile tech in the late game. But for now, Stormcallers are really good versus hackers, because they ignore the targets right in front of them if you steal something next to them, and they can pop hacker shields in seconds. Our front line is melting a bit faster than I'd like. Steel balls always seem a little bit squishy to me. I guess I'm just too used to tanks. Or maybe this is just an insane amount of firepower coming back at us, with those Arclights and Phoenixes and Stormcallers. Go on, melting point. Wow, that took forever. That was a melting point. How can it fly if its health bar is that big? That should be our level up. Yes. We're going to lose to these Stormcallers, they just do too much damage. The tower debuff doesn't help. Did good work though, he thinned out the numbers and saved us some health. I dubbed the Sir Mel the melting point. We're going to need you to slay some Arclights for us, they're getting a bit out of control. Arise, Sir Mel, once more into the fray. Ooh, we can make a Sir Mendes as well, who heals himself. A second melting point, perfect. As long as we can clear the chaff, he can't stop us. Shields on our fangs effectively doubles the number of fangs we've got. Should buy us a bit more time. Let's get these upgrades. Oh, I really wanted to upgrade Sir Mel, but we've only got 150 left over. Sir Mel, forgive me, I can't afford your wages. Be really good to level up these hackers as well. Why must money always be so tight? Maybe because I buy every item from the shop and put it on melting points. I'm sure that's unrelated. Pure coincidence. We've not bought any units, so we're going to have to push. We can't go a turn without buying units. I spy an undefended flank. Yeah, we know this one's covered. Let's start pulling him apart from this side. Go on then, if our fangs have got an upgrade, our crawlers can too. Let's go underground. Our front line should be much more durable now, and we're ready in case he takes Stormcaller fire. If I was him, I'd think about dropping a Wraith here, mobile beacon it to the tower. Well, we can't cover everything. Let's see what he's thinking. No flank, no cover on this one either. So what we've done this round is make our front line much more tanky, because it was evaporating in seconds. I'm really expecting a fire Stormcaller play. It would be the correct answer to massed Mustangs, which is what he sees. This missile won't kill it, but it'll get it low. He's trying to force us to take shields, which are bad into the Stormcallers. Good kill though. We might not have a choice in the matter. We need to get damage items on our Mustangs. They're not hitting very hard yet. Ooh, Sir Mendes has found a juicy target. And our crawler flank is finally arriving. On the dawn of the 5th day, look to the east. Here come the Crawlers of Rohan. We must be facing south if that's the east. Oh, they all died. Got my hopes up as the music swelled, but alas, we're still going through the hero's trials. We haven't yet earned the climax of Sir Mel and Sir Mendes fighting off the hordes on their own, these demonic Arclights. The valiant last stand of Sir Mendes. He died in a hail of arrows that blotted out the sun. Remember why he died. He did not wish tribute or song, no monuments, no poems of war and valour. His wish was simple. Remember Sir Mendes, for all Greece, and the promise this country holds. We shall remember Sir Mendes. Sorry, I might enjoy that movie a little too much. Having PTSD of King Leonidas dying in a hail of Stormcaller shells. Right, he's going to take the second intensive training, and his Arclights are going to go nuts. I'm tempted to drop something big over here like an Overlord, and force him to take the anti-air upgrade. I think he just answers it with Phoenixes. We shouldn't assume that our opponent will play optimally, we should try and force him to make mistakes. Let's upgrade Sir Mendes and Sir Mel. Let's mobile beacon you straight to the tower. Don't know why I harmonise with myself there. And we will not miss this tower. Give you some bodyguard wasps. 200 left over. I'm worried that he's going to keep missiling this. Let's be sneaky and put a missile interceptor here. Because if Sir Mel dies, then the round is pretty much over anyway, so then the missile defender might still live, whereas a shield will be guaranteed to get popped. Range on his Phoenixes and a bunch of levels on his units. Double intensive training, here we go. Let's pray that Skill Specialist doesn't show up again next turn. These Phoenixes are excellently positioned to kill off our hacker. He should feel honoured to get such special attention, because that is a one-way trip for those Phoenixes. They will not survive. Here we go. One shot, one kill, hacker down. This is a brutal shooting wall. How are the Riders of Rohan doing? Go on, save the day. Get that tower. Yes! Gandalf saves the day once again, riding an overlord named Shadowfax. What a legend. It's not over yet. Come on, guys. We got this. Come on. Good kills by some Mel and some Mendes. And Gandalf still waiting in the wings. Wow, that was magnificent. It's nice when a plan comes together. He'll be feeling the pressure now. Ooh. The Riders of Rohan have found a new friend. Doubles his health for 16 seconds effectively. And let's do the same over here for the front line. Shields up. Let's level you up to make the shields even stronger. And I think the Riders of Rohan can benefit from a shield as well. We are pushing for the finish. Let's take temp range. We can upgrade one melting point. Some Mel or some Mendes. I think the extra health means more on some Mendes. He's closer to the front, and he regenerates the health. And we can afford one missile to mess up his planning. Where's the cornerstone of his defense? Where's the key? If we kill these guys, our hacker can steal the Arclight, and suddenly this whole tower opens up. Or we could open this side instead, and these guys are closer together. Buy one, get one free. Don't forget the mobile beacon, and don't miss the tower. Not that we've ever done that. Definitely not in a tournament game. Ooh, good response. Unfortunately, there's a level 8 Rhino now. Good luck stopping him. I think you'll just make him angry. Hopefully we've pulled enough of his attention away, over to this side, that we can hit the front line and steamroll over, while our guys are in their glowing golden armour. Here we go. Good opening salvo. And here comes Johnny! They're not even scratching him, that's insane. No flanks for him. What did he pick? Where's his Rhino? We're about to get the tower. Oh, he picked the Scorpion. He should have set it right in front of the tower. There's a second health bar. Oh, this feels brutal. Sorry, friend. You've got to have a plan for stopping a Rhino if there's one for sale. He played really well. He pushed us all the way to round 9. We had to call in the Riders of Rohan to save the day. Let's give him some encouragement for the rest of the tournament. I know it really hurts to lose the first game. Always remember the other person, their feelings too. Much as I'm joking about the Riders of Rohan and quoting the death of King Leonidas, none of this would be possible if we didn't get to play against their opponents. The fun in multiplayer games doesn't have to be a zero-sum equation. You can get more than just one person having fun. The win felt a little bit cheap with the big Rhino, and our melting point just ate his Scorpion. Right, Kowalski, analysis. This flank was really important for us. He should have pressured over here, or even over here, to try and relieve the pressure off himself. We just had him pegged to the back wall the whole time. These melting points were absolutely critical. As soon as he got this big Wraith, we had to answer with the melting point, otherwise we could never kill it. 205 meter range, it's insane. He just didn't even get close to us. The hackers didn't do as much as I hoped, but they were just bubble shields in the late game, with 60,000 health each, which is insane. These anti-missiles were really good. Just stop these Stormcores from getting onto our melting points. The Overlord with Photon Emission Shield is so much value. It just gives you double the health on all these units. If you get on something heavy like this Rhino, it's insane. It becomes almost unstoppable. 4 Phoenixes all shooting at him, couldn't bring him down in time. And then the Overlord himself came through and mopped up and killed them all. This hacker didn't do an awful lot, maybe we should put it further over, but the shield bubble wouldn't have been up in time to protect these guys anyway. And I was more worried about Rhino versus Rhino action and maybe stealing a Rhino in return, or a melting point if there was one waiting for us here. This is where I would have dropped my Rhino if I was him. Like, even if it can't kill the flyer, it pulls it away and stops it from going to the tower. Whew, overall, quite happy with the game. I don't play too much aggro because it feels a little bit dirty. But it's a good skill to have, and playing aggro teaches you how to defend against aggro as well. Glad we got range on the Mustangs, without it we'd have lost heavily. From our opponent's perspective, aside from the flanks, I think he needed to get a unit with armour to hold the front line and slow down these Mustangs. I can understand not wanting to get it on your Arclights if you go and carry Arclight, but buy 2 more sets of tanks and buy it on the tanks. Solved. Right, let's see what we're up to in the tournament. Ooh, 1000 insight. I made a bet on a friend before the game and it paid off. 1 MMR. They really need to sort out the matchmaking in these tournaments. They should not seed them based on combat power, I'm sorry. The game has an MMR system. Use it. I'll stop preaching, let's see how we're doing. Ooh, we're seeded as second in our group. The pressure's on. Well, thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next game.